tonight's show. I want to start off tonight's show with Rick Pitino. The man that people call the great Rick Pitino. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going on record. I don't think Rick Pitino was so great at all, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go on record and say I don't think Rick Pitino is so great at all. If you ask me what Rick Pitino is, he's just an individual who's had a lot of time to coach. A lot of time to coach. And I'm going to go on record. Rick Pitino is the most overrated coach in basketball history. I'm going on record, and I'm going to say it again. Rick Pitino is the most overrated coach in basketball history. Let's go and take a look at his resume. Some of y'all may know, some of y'all may not know that Rick Pitino started coaching in 1974. 1974, where we at? 84, 94, 2004, 2014. That's almost 50 years. It is 50 years. It's 51 years. So in 51 years, what did this man do for college basketball? 2 NCAA championships. That's it. 2 NCAA championships in 51 years. And granted, he had a couple pit stops in the NBA. But listen, his whole total NBA coaching career, it may have lasted about, 5 years. About 5 years at most, ladies and gentlemen. He went to the Knicks in 83, left in 85. So what was that, 2 years? He went up back to college, played Coach Providence for 2 more years. He came back to the Knicks, right? This time, let me clarify this, ladies and gentlemen. When he was with the New York Knicks in 83 to 85, he was assistant to Hubie Brown, right? Went to Providence for 2 years. Came back to New York because they gave him a head coaching job. That only lasted 2 years, 87 to 89. 89 all the way to 1997. He won his first NCAA championship then, right? We talking about 20-something years. Then, I guess since he won this national title in 97, I guess he thought it would be a smart move. No, let me correct myself. He didn't win it in 97. He won it in 96. Kentucky won a national title in 96. So I guess after he won his national title, I guess he thought he was ready back for the big leagues. He went back to the NBA, and he was coaching the Boston Celtics from 1997 all the way to 2001. What did the Celtics win through that era? Nothing. Okay, so in 2001, he left the NBA again and went to Louisville for 16 years, ladies and gentlemen. 2001 all the way to 2017. 16 years. What did he do in 16 years? 1 NCAA championship, which was later revoked, or how they say it, vacated. Why? Because they said the man was cheating. What they accuse him of? They accuse him of what they call that? You know, when you illegally recruiting the strippers and so forth and all that. Okay. We know he won the championship in Louisville, 2013. I've seen it with my own eyes. However, it's been vacated. But even we give that back to him, right? 2 championships in 51 years does not, and I'm emphasizing, it does not make me think of him as a Hall of Fame coach. Unless you guys want to sit there and count Final Four appearances. How many Final Four appearances he had? About 7. Still 51 years. It's still 51 years of coaching. And this man don't really take breaks. He goes on and on and on. Let's go through his record, ladies and gentlemen. He went from the University of Hawaii from 74 to 76. Went to Syracuse from 76 to 78. Went to Boston and went to Boston from 78 to 83. Went to New York Knicks as assistant coach, 83 to 85. Providence, 85 to 87. New York Knicks, 87 to 89. Kentucky, 89 to 97. Boston Celtics, 97 to 2021. Louisville, 2021 to 2017. Now, remember, he got fired at Louisville, but he ended up in some school called, no, he went to the Euro League. Okay, I'm getting it wrong. He went to the Euro League from 2018 to 2020. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, he still haven't stopped coaching. From 2020 to 2023, he got back into coaching. He went to Iona. And then from 2023 to present, he went to St. John's. In other words, this man has been coaching straight for 51 years. And please, ladies and gentlemen, stop acting like he's this legend. And the reason why I bring this to the forefront, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I really, really, really have a problem with the mere fact that you guys are okay with his antics. His antics of how he be disrespecting players. His antics of how he like to call players out. Because I'm not cool with that, ladies and gentlemen. But you guys seem to be cool with that. And it's really, the guy could come up there, Rick Pitino could come there and say basically anything about any player. And never have I ever seen him take accountability for his part. Because it can't be on the players all the time. It cannot be on the players all the time. At some point, the coaches have to take some responsibility. I mean, as a coach, you come in the game with a game plan, and as you utilizing that game plan, you may quickly find out. That that game plan is not working. So as a coach, you have to be able to adjust that game plan. But Rick Pitino, never, ever takes accountability. It's always the players' fault. It's always the players' fault. And I don't like that about him. I don't like how he did Russ Smith during the Louisville days. And I clearly don't like how he did R.J. Lewis last year, with a man was the Big East player of the year. He gets into the, what was that? It was like second round against Arkansas. He's having a bad game. He just sits him. I just don't like that. So I just wanted to make this video to call this guy out and tell you guys, let's stop making him seem like he's the coach of all coaches. Because one of the main things about being able to coach is to be able to communicate with your players and not just have this whole dictator Hitler complex over there. Moving right along.